Hey, folks, welcome to the Generational Gap. I am Robert, your resident Gen Xer, and right up there is John, our resident millennial. John, welcome to another Monday night, another
Yes.
episode of Shooting the Shit. How are you doing this evening, sir?
Fantastic, of course. How the hell else would
Whoa,
I be doing?
whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Why are you so depressed?
What? Well, life. Life in general.
Usually, you're fan fucking tastic.
Yeah, but this time I'm only fantastic. But how the hell else should I be? Just varying levels of fantastic is pretty much how I live life.
Is that it? That's good
Yeah.
to know. Hey, folks, good to see you tonight. Make sure you're hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that other button. What is that? Notifications, Sean? They should have notifications. They want to
Yeah,
hear
that little bell thing.
the bell.
It's so annoying.
Ring my bell. Ring
Cunning
my bell.
linguists.
My bell. Ring a ling a. All right, that was my Blondie. Or I think that was Blondie. Yeah.
You should be a bard.
Should
Was
I?
that Blondie? It might have been Blondie.
I think it's
I don't know.
Blondie. Ring my bell. Yeah. Yeah, if my '80s knowledge serves me correctly, if I what I can remember of it.
Yeah, the
Uh,
1880s were a hell of a time, weren't they?
they were rock on steady. Yeah. You know the way you guys
Oh
keep
man,
talking, I'm gonna begin to think I'm Wolverine.
why that you're old and can't die?
Right. Apparently, I'm either him or Methuselah, one of the two.
Oh, Methuselah, that'd be a good one.
You know all
Which one
the
would you rather be? I guess Wolverine, I would think, because you're a fan. So
if what if I had a choice to be.
yeah, between one of the two.
Well, one's real and one's not. So there's there like if I were Methuselah, would I still be alive?
I suppose, obviously,
I mean, because I mean, you got to think about it. That's you know, that's a lot. By now, that would be what 3,000 years old, close
something
to
like that.
more. I
So
might.
slightly younger than you are now, yeah.
I mean, I might be. I might need some moisturizer.
Yeah,
um,
just dip yourself in a barrel of moisturizer every day.
I would only choose Methuselah if I had all of the knowledge that would have been gained by Methuselah having lived up to this point.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll take Wolverine because.
Yeah, see, that's the one I figured you would go for because I know you're a big fan.
Well, I'd have to get rid of that adamantium because it's killing me. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice and all, but it's just killing me.
Well, you'll heal. You'll be all right.
Non-GMO or yeah, non-GMO
It's not
skeleton
organic.
skeleton sheathing for me, please.
Oh,
So
what about the bone one? Like the old Wolverine? Like what is it? Which one was that? That had like the bone claws instead
oh
of
no no
the
no
adamantium?
no. See, okay, so here's the thing. They changed up. They didn't change it up. They never really explained it. So it was always thought originally that Wolverine had adamantium claws that had been added in. So they had metal housings and they popped out because they were
Hmm.
like razors, blades, like a sword blade, the end of a
Yeah.
katana, basically. So they were thin the whole 9 yards. But apparently, and this occurred whenever I believe Magneto was the impetus behind this when he ripped all the adamantium out of Logan's body. Well, they
Hmm.
couldn't leave him clawless, so it that is when we found out that he always had those animal claws. They had just been sheathed in adamantium. So,
Ah.
so all that looking like thin blades was optical illusion, apparently, because of course, if he was going to spend any amount of time without the adamantium, they couldn't have him without claws. I mean, it
Yeah.
is kind of his trademark, so that's when he
Right.
he wound up having bone claws, and then we
Ah.
later find out when Dakin his son Dakin I never really was sure how to pronounce it, but his son has claws, and his are bone because he hasn't his body wasn't or
Ah,
skeleton wasn't encased in adamantium. So yeah, it was
great.
kind of one of the it was kind of a curveball because it was like, oh, you're kidding? Did who knew? It's not like you ever talked about this really.
Right.
So it was it was one of those things. It was an interesting little thing that they did, and I thought it was kind of cool. I've always though just been like, but they didn't look. There were no round bone claws in those, in those metal claws. I mean, they're just you weren't drawing that in. You just
Right.
weren't. For many years, you weren't drawing that in.
I think it makes more sense though because I mean, yeah, obviously he heals himself or whatever, so like the damage wouldn't be a problem, but like you would think that just the way that physics works, like just having the claws come out like that, like they wouldn't like as soon as you slash somebody, there's nothing holding them there really. So it's gonna so they're just gonna rip out of his hand. But
Well,
if they're part of his like skeletal structure, then that makes a lot more sense.
right,
I would think.
but there's two things that you have to factor in. One, if they were just metal claws that were coming out, they would have implanted a housing into his arm that would have attached to the
Yeah,
bone, so that the housing would remain stable with the hand and bone, right? Because
right. But I'm saying that part would have been ripped out. Is what I'm saying. As soon as you
no, no,
slash
no, no.
really hard.
No, because what they would have done is they would have that housing they would have wrapped and attached to the bone, so it would have literally had to pull bone out of his hand, which were encased in adamantium as well.
Hmm.
It wouldn't have been able to pull it out because they would have welded it to the bone. Basically, it would
I
have.
don't know. I still think it gives it more support to
But
have like it
sure,
be part of his skeletal structure from the begin, like throughout the entire blade, as opposed to like just the housing for it.
right. Well,
You
here's the
know.
here's the issue I have with that. With him having actual claws, is that um, the adamantium bonds to the bone, like
Uh huh.
encase the bone. Well, if he had retractable claws, then there is a natural, much like cats and dogs, it comes out of the quick, or cats, when they extend their claws, it comes out of the quick in there, right? So, it would have had, you're talking adamantium, they would have had to gone through special processes on his hands to make sure that the adamantium got inside and didn't cause issues like gumming up the works with the claws, extending or retracting,
Yeah.
and especially, if you look at his claws, what was also very difficult for me was the length of his claws. Like the
Yeah.
length
That's
of
what I'm
those
saying. Would cause
claws.
an issue.
Yeah, I mean they've got to be retracting from down at the wrist. You know,
Yeah.
to
Probably even further.
right. So it's like okay, his hands aren't any different sized, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like they never show the I don't know that I've ever seen a skeletal structure close up of showing how the I don't know if they ever got deep into the anatomy at some point and did that, but um, they
Hmm.
it didn't seem like a logical thing. It was more logical that they had built housings and enhanced him with claws.
Right.
But like I said,
Well,
they
not
had
only
to have a
that,
short
but
leg.
also with how animals extend and retract their claws. That's like muscle to them. That's like I don't know if that, I'm sure that's
Right.
muscle. I'm not 100% on
Well,
how that
yeah.
happens.
There's all sorts of
But
muscle and tendon and
right, but
cartilage.
without him having those, that already on there, like the bone, and obviously he's set up to do that. If he just had the claws without that, like how does he? Because he doesn't have like a thing in his palm that he closes on it and sets it to extend, like you would with like a blade that goes here, and then you squeeze your hand
Right.
and it pops out. He didn't have anything like that. There was no. In fact, he was either shirtless or had a tank top or something like that most of the time. And
Right.
he wasn't hiding something. So how would it extend with without him already having the ability to do that? So
Well,
I think that makes sense.
and it does it like I said, it does make sense to a certain extent, but there are anatomical things that one would have to think about. I mean, just this simple idea that his entire skeletal structure was encased in adamantium, and all his joints worked properly was kind
Yeah,
of
well, that too.
impressive because
Yeah.
you've got to imagine there's got to be areas where sinew and tendon are like attached to the bone. How you get adamantium to flow in there and seal the bone, I don't know. It was, you know, it was one of those things where
Hmm.
it's like, purely sci-fi how they managed to do it. And
Of course.
I don't think they did it justice in the like in the movie because it was just a whole bunch of they were just injecting a bunch of adamantium and so that what it's smart
Yeah.
adamantium it knows right where to go. Uh,
Right.
but supposedly there was some sort of nanotechnology involved with it that it was
Yeah.
it was done smartly. Of course, later on as years progress, when people start to ask these questions,
Someone's
they
like, ah, shit, we have to figure this out
yeah
now.
they start coming they start coming up with answers. Um,
Yeah.
but interestingly enough, I saw something on YouTube. I didn't get a chance to watch all of it just for a moment, but talk that they may have tapped Caviezel. What Henry Cavill, is that who plays in Witcher and was Superman? Henry Cavill,
I don't know.
Cavill.
I actually haven't seen The Witcher yet. I need to.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
it looks pretty interesting. I
I'm
watched one
still
episode of it. So.
I'm still watching Game of Thrones though. So I'm actually on season 5 now. I think I
Oh,
said
so you're at
before.
the end.
Well, no, there's 8 seasons.
Oh, well, you're near the end. Two. You've got what? Two more seasons.
Three. Well, I guess if
Oh,
you don't count this one, it was
well,
six.
I'm not counting eight. It was,
I
but that's
mean, I
just
have
me.
to see it. Like, I know
Right.
I've heard terrible things about it, but I have to finish it. I can't not. That's why I don't watch most shows when people are like, "Oh, you gotta watch this show." It's like if I can't get invested, if I'm not gonna watch the entire thing, I'm not gonna bother.
I have to admit, I'm actually rewatching, and this is actually the third time I've gone through the 10 seasons. I'm rewatching Smallville.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think it's
yeah.
one.
That's one I didn't watch.
I think it's one of the best tellings of Superman's early life. That it was CW, so of course everybody's pretty, and it's all it's the CW, but um, very interesting storyline. It really does a good job of exposing Clark Kent's life up until he actually donned the cape. Because of course, in this one they didn't have the rights to use Superman. They weren't allowed. They weren't really like all through it. There's moments where they're like, they want to call out the name and they want to do this but they never really do it. You never actually see
Yeah,
him in the costume. You never see it
right.
in the in the series. But
I do think that's interesting. I think that's kind of cool. But yeah,
I mean, they only did one thing wrong in it. In my opinion, they made him much too um, susceptible to kryptonite. Like
hmm.
it's like one little piece of kryptonite comes around him and he's on the ground a mutilating mess. He can't move, he can't get up, he can't do anything. Well,
Yeah,
depending on the episode, sometimes I'm like, wait, 2 episodes ago you couldn't do that. You weren't
yeah.
able to move, um, but it's I find myself watching it again. I'm almost done with another run through of it. Like I said, it's my third one. But you should check it out sometime if you ever for what it is. It's fun also just to sit and listen to the way back references of different little things here and there. They have some then current bands showing up and doing guest appearances on the show, etc. And it's like,
That's kind of funny.
but yeah, so yeah, Henry Cavill. Why do I always mess up on his name? Henry Caviezel. I think I get him mixed up with somebody else. But anyway, yeah, they're talking about tap. There's talk that they're tapping him to play Wolverine for Marvel for the for what the next iteration. What is it?
So what you're saying is, yeah,
Round four, round five.
they're gonna be ruining Wolverine.
Possibly.
Is what you're
It
saying.
just depends on how they do it, how well they do it. I mean, there's a lot to be said for you know it's not like they're doing a reboot of it. It wasn't their somebody else was working the franchise. They just happened to pick like the best dude ever to do it. Because I got to give mad props to Hugh Jackman. I mean, he did a great
Oh yeah,
Wolverine
he
in my
was
opinion.
fantastic.
He was a little too
Absolutely.
tall in my opinion, but still, he did a great job with it. He should be a little shorter. I mean, if they could find somebody, that's the problem I have with, them tapping Henry for it. I'm like, this guy is like 6'12".
Really, he's 6'12".
I'm like, he's like 6'12". That's, Wolverine was like, pushing 5, a little over 5. I mean, he's a short guy. That's why they call him Runt. He should.
Oh, okay, I didn't
He,
know that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was one of his nicknames. People would call him Runt because he was short. He was short.
Hmm.
Um, but he came. He had the presence. It made up for it. It was amazing his
Yeah.
presence. Um, but yeah,
Hmm.
so it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. I don't necessarily like the choice. Who knows? He might be able to pull it off. But again, there's always going to be something that throws my cynical mind in. Damn it! Why is he so tall?
Yeah.
And shouldn't he be more hairy? He needs to be a little more hairy.
Oh, just wait till he's trans. Wait.
What he's going to do, the Bruce Jenner story?
Yep. Yep. Just wait till Wolverine. I'm saying wait till Wolverine is trans.
I've seen Wolverine in drag before.
Yeah, drag is different.
No, it's
He's an
really
adamantium cunt. You watch.
not.
I
There's no bones in the vagina, John.
don't know. The ones I've seen,
Not
there
until
is
she's
one.
had at least 2 or 3 drinks.
Yeah, exactly.
Then there'll be a bone in the vagina. Thank you
That's
very much.
right.
Hey, so I don't know. We might be here alone. We might just be sitting here drinking alone.
Yeah, it looks like no one wants to watch us, but
Because
that's fine.
everybody else
We'll
has
watch after.
show. Everybody else has shows tonight. It's
Yep.
it's it's killing our swag. But I don't know if you noticed over the weekend we had the Democratic tree lost half its leaves, just poof, just like that.
Yeah,
We
it's
had
fucking insane.
because Steyer dropped late Saturday night after he realized South Carolina was not going to go his way. It was either late Saturday or early Sunday. And then out of nowhere, Buttigieg, he drops on Sunday. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Why? Really?
Yeah,
Was
no,
it
I
going that
really
bad?
thought he would be like the last one to drop. I thought he was just gonna go all the way until he didn't get nominated, or that he was gonna get nominated, like
Right,
through fuckery.
right. I figured he would be
So
the tap if the fuckery went into play.
I guess they're still going for Biden, or they've chosen Bloomberg. One of
Well,
those two.
that's what I'm wondering is if the Bloomberg money is having anything to do with where he stands, but um, Trump is helping him by these little Twitter battles they're having because that gives Bloomberg a chance to get out there.
Yeah,
He's getting to play that Twitter game that
it lends him
Trump.
legitimacy, is what it
Right.
does.
Right,
Yeah.
and it gets him embroiled in the Twitter game that helped Trump in his election. Um, but I don't know. Klobuchar today was supposed to be suspending her campaign too, and I thought she was doing well. But then I saw an article that said that like a bunch of people were protesting, and they wound up calling off her a rally in her home state because people were telling So I'm like, what the fuck? I thought you were doing fine in your home state. I listened to the debates and heard about how much your state loves you. And now you're dropping out of the race. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And it's really odd to me. 3 candidates drop before the
Before Super Tuesday.
Super Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
And I'm wondering. I wonder if that was okay. We're just going to spend a shit ton of money between now and Super Tuesday. It doesn't make any sense to spend this. We're not going to get enough. Um, you know, but it makes it makes Joe Biden of all people the youngest male candidate in the race right now.
Yeah, male candidate. Yeah, because
What the fuck does that say?
Because Warren's still in,
You
and
know,
I think she's the youngest of
You
them.
know,
Oh,
Gabbard's still
Gabbard is the
lurking
youngest.
around in
Yeah,
there. She's still lurking around out there.
yeah. Technically,
She's
I
gonna.
don't see her getting any better. You know, she's not going to get some sudden spike in support. It's just not going to happen.
Buttigieg has decided he's going to support Biden. I think he's looking for a VP tap with Biden. And I'm like, so
Yeah.
you're throwing your eggs in his basket, I see. So that'll be interesting. Uncle Joe and Mayor Pete. Uncle Joe and Mayor Pete go to
Yep.
Washington. Um,
Oh man.
oh, I saw something today, and this one was a little bit triggering for me. I don't know if you're familiar with you might be familiar with the name Timothy Hutton,
I've heard the name.
the actor. Well, he did a movie back in 1983 called Iceman. They were filming a movie called Iceman, and apparently while he was up there doing it somewhere, I'm assuming they were in Canada because this girl was Canadian. Apparently, this woman has come forward and said in 1983, when she was 14 years old, and she was trying to get be some sort of actress. So I don't know if she had something to do with the movie. It wasn't real clear on that. But apparently, a couple of her friends were interacting with Hutton and a couple of his friends, and the girls wound up being invited back to their hotel room, and they went. And I'm like, okay, you're 14 and you went. Okay,
Yeah, where are
okay.
your parents?
And apparently, the guys started coming on to him. Then Hutton and a friend of his took her into the bedroom, and long story short, wound up raping her, having sex with her
Yeah.
against her will, um, and so she's now 36 years later filing a suit against Timothy Hutton for this, and but he's come out and said that it did not happen. He categorically denies that it happened, which you would expect. Um,
Yeah.
and he says his lawyers say that they will definitely bring the veracity of the case to bear, because I guess a while back her boyfriend, I don't know how long ago this was, but before she brought the suit, her boyfriend got in touch with the guy that was in the room with Timothy Hutton, that would have been a witness to it,
Hmm.
and the boyfriend tried to work out a deal with him to get paid to keep the story from and getting out. So then she
Yeah.
turned around, and at another point, she obviously sat down with Hutton and his lawyers and had a deal. She was going to sign a deal for 150, 100 and something $1,000. But she walked away from the deal because in it she would have had to say that let Timothy Hutton agree that he had no recollection that he denied anything actually happened. So she would have had to been signing off that nothing actually happened, and she didn't want to do that. And so now she's bringing the case and looking for like a seven-figure settlement. And I'm like, you know what? You two suck. That's what you two suck.
Yeah.
Hashtag you two suck. That's just 36 years. 36 years, and she claims it was one of the most traumatic experiences of her life and has affected her life to this date. And I'm like, and you're
Yeah.
just now talking to anyone about it 36 years later. She was a model up in Canada for a while. I don't know. Maybe her career's going south. Over. She was a former model, so her career's done. She's,
At
maybe she's
36 years old for sure.
no, she's 50 because she was 14 at the time when it happened. So
Oh,
she's
36 years later. Right, right,
yeah,
right. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
she's 50 years old. So
So yeah, her career is over.
yeah, so it's like I don't
For
know. Is
sure.
she trying to get paid because the lawyers are like, look, they're going to make the case twice. They've sat down. They're after money. That's what they want. They've
Yeah.
sat down and tried to broker a deal on their own, and then walked away from one when it wasn't enough with lawyers. they're just after money.
Yeah.
Now it does go to the, now I have to add, of course I have to wonder, okay, why was he originally going to make the settlement for, a hundred something $1,000? And it's like, okay, that's a small enough amount to say he's just going to pay her a little bit of money so that he doesn't have to deal with the stupid publicity over something like this.
Right.
But she's not going to let it go that way. So he's hired two teams of lawyers that are about to go to fucking town on this bitch and everything in her life, and you know, refute the case. Well,
Yeah.
go to work, But this Me Too bullshit like that. I mean, come on. 36 years later, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, what's the statute of limitations? And who's your witness,
Yeah.
right? What are you going to do? You're going to convince Timothy Hutton's friend at the time to say something? I'm pretty
Yep. Not
sure.
only that, but like her friends too would have to be involved.
And
I don't know where are they? I
and,
mean,
and how do
I
you
don't
know
know.
Timothy Hutton's not friends with Hillary Clinton?
Oh shit!
Right?
Suddenly she turns up dead.
Right? Not dead. Committed suicide.
Right. Oh yeah, turned up dead.
Suicided, John. It's a very specific word.
She gets suicided.
But
Yeah, sounds really fucky.
oh, speaking of the coronavirus that we mentioned
Oh shit!
earlier.
It is Cameron. He's
Oh,
in the chat. He has decided to join us.
hey, Cameron.
Good evening, Cameron.
One thing I wanted to mention that I just saw an article before we went live tonight. The CDC has been saying face masks are pointless unless you've got the coronavirus. About the only thing that they're good for is to stop you from spreading it if you already have it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're really just wasting your time. It's not going to stop anything. You can pick it up through your eyes if somebody sneezes or coughs or
Yep.
whatever. So the article today is that Trump is basically commissioning 3M, and the government's going to be reaching out to others to start mass production of millions of face masks for people. To the extent that 3M is looking at a $1 billion turnaround from this. Like they're being tapped to produce so many that they could be looking at about $1 billion in profits coming just from making masks. That the CDC very specifically said, not going to do you that much good. It's not worth the effort. Keep your hands
Right.
clean. Stay away from people that are sick. The mask isn't going to help. You're not going to put it on tight enough. You're not going to have one that's form-fitting enough. These little surgical
Yeah.
masks aren't it. If you want to get a respirator mask, now, if you look around, you can find those. They're relatively cheap, anywhere from, depending on if you want to get it from China, it's super cheap. Surprisingly enough, it's super cheap to get one. And I believe it comes preloaded with the coronavirus
I was
stuff.
gonna
I
say
don't
the
know.
same thing.
It's
Yeah.
got some sort of bloatware in there installed. But I don't know if you've seen them. They're little black respirator masks. Go over
Yeah.
two straps go over the ear, and they have a little filter that you can put in. And basically, these filter out. They're an N95, 95% of particulates, up to 99%, depending on the size of the
That's not good
germs
enough.
and stuff. No, nothing's 100%. But fortunately, our president is going to pump money into these companies to produce a bunch of face masks that, if what the CDC is saying correctly, they're we're going to need those millions of masks for people with coronavirus. Are we expecting that many people to get it, that we need millions of
I mean,
masks?
it's better to be prepared, I suppose.
I guess.
Yeah. And then, I mean, not only that, but just having that. I mean, even if people do hear that the CDC said that, like it still at least makes people feel better, so it causes less of a panic, possibly. I mean, because that really is the biggest like down, you know, the worst thing about the coronavirus isn't the coronavirus itself;
Oh
it's
yeah,
the
it's
fear of it that is
sure.
the issue. So it's the fear of it and the economic downturn due to the fear of it.
Well, this is one of those things that, this is why we've got to stay on top of the right information. We've got to listen to the people that we've put in place to trust with this information. So it's like, okay, the CDC is there. Do we trust them or not? That's who we're
Yeah.
supposed to trust. That's who we put in place. You know, um, and then that, as that filters upwards to the top and is distributed to the rest of us, it needs to remain the same. The song needs to remain the same.
Yeah.
Tell people exactly what's going on. But it's a good time to invest in 3M and any other companies, big companies that make face masks and respirators.
Yeah.
Apparently, but the funny thing is I actually checked 3M's stock turnaround for so far this year, and year to date they're down 14 something percent. I mean, they've taken a pretty strong hit on the stock market just like everybody else. So like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe not as many, but my wife says that all that shit's flying off the shelves in her store. People are scrambling around looking for masks and masks and
Yeah.
sanitizers. All right. Put your mask on so that you don't give me your shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, when it's all said and done, I think you've basically got to have a good old fashioned gas mask on. To be honest with you, to make sure that
Yeah.
you're not getting. You just got to walk around all the time with that and not go around other people. That's the big key. Stay away from
Yeah.
other people. Humans are
Been
bad.
doing that
Right
my
now.
whole life,
Humans are
so not a
bad.
problem. Yeah.
But I will reiterate my suggestion. Who knows if this will make its way up to the orange level or not? Stop all foreign air travel into and out of this country. Stop it. Stop all of it. And the only planes that fly internationally are planes that are specifically going to pick up coordinated groups of American citizens and bring them back home into quarantine areas so that they can get back on home soil. Stop flying around. 60 countries now. 60 fucking countries. We got when do we stop flying? When do we stop, John? When do we fucking stop? Stop the boats.
Problem is that would cause even more economic downturn.
Not if money is apportioned to the airlines.
No. I'm not talking about the airlines. I'm talking about just transporting goods. Is what I mean.
Well, transport of goods can still go on, but I think that there needs to be little to no human interaction with that. I mean, that's the thing. You don't have to have people. So, guy flies a plane full of shit in. Two guys on the plane. The pilots stay in they don't have to come out and interact with anybody, right? They can stay in their little place, and then they can go into their, these are some of the people we have to be concerned about. So they go in, go into a restricted
planes are one
area.
thing, ships are another. Cargo ships
Sure.
are massive, and they
Sure.
have bigger crews than airplanes, at least.
But cargo
Smaller
can be
crews than they
taken off.
used to, but they still have a pretty large crew.
Cargo can be taken off without person-to-person interaction if done properly. I mean, the mechanics are there, the equipment is there. You can minimize that kind of contact and still transport goods. I mean, it's that, and that's where our efforts need to be focused on. Allow trade to continue, but you must focus on the sanitization of that trade in whatever form it needs to be, whether it's staying, keeping distance from the people that are interacting in the transport of the goods, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I have played Plague Inc. enough to know. Right now, right now I would be looking at my virus going, okay, which way do I want it to evolve? Airborne on airplanes. That's the way to go.
So what you're saying is we should all move to Greenland.
Because it is always the last country, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it only has one port. It's the only way it's getting in.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, this is the time. This is the time it needs to happen. I mean, we don't need to sit around and wait till we don't have a choice.
Wouldn't it have been great if like we did annex Greenland, and then Trump's like, "All right, everybody go to Greenland. The virus
Right.
can't get you there."
Right.
Dude, that would be fucking funny because we were talking about that like how many
Yeah.
months ago about buying Greenland.
There's always going to be some, but there'll be one dumb fucker that stows away a little coronavirus in his carry-on.
Yeah,
Fuck everything up. No, it's interesting that this is Saudi Arabia reported their first case. Iran is having a blow up in their country. Like they're having foreign their leaders, their government officials are dying off. Like a lot of them that have been exposed to the
isn't the
virus.
Pope sick too? I don't
He
think he's got that,
I don't
but
think he's
I
got
know he's
that. But of
sick.
course, that happened. That happened last week. He was coughing, and he had to stop. Canceled the
Cooping.
address he was giving because he was coughing. Of course, a lot of
Yep.
people. Of course, the first thing now is like, okay, coronavirus attacks the lungs. Anybody that coughs is dying.
Yeah.
That's gonna. Chicken Little. Here we go. Sky is falling.
Yep.
Um, but I'm not going to take it too lightly. I am a smoker, so I'm like a prime candidate.
Yeah.
It'll fuck with your kidneys too, though. Watch out for that.
Nah.
It
He'll be
attack
alright.
it attacks the lungs and the kidneys.
Damn it.
Right? It's a weird little thing. But yeah, so
I guess we're both fucked then.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know when he's going to do it, but it's got to happen. It's going to have to happen. We jumped from 2 deaths to 6 deaths within the course of 48 hours in Washington. So, it's
Oh
pretty quick.
shit.
There's Ron
Ron
Helton.
Helton scared me.
Somebody else's show must have ended. No.
Startled me.
um, but anyway, so just protect yourself. There's really no way to protect yourself except if you know anybody that's traveled to a foreign country. Only communicate with them through Facebook. No, dude, your trip sounds great. I do not want to get together for drinks and talk about it.
Yep. Not at all.
Um, yeah, because one of the two cases here was a 20-year-old girl. She just got back from fucking Italy.
Oh yeah, that's
She was
really
out
big over there.
fucking eat, pray, loving, and next thing you know, she comes home with a disease.
It's live, laugh, love. Jeez.
No, eat, pray, love. Have you not
No,
seen the book?
it's live,
There
laugh,
was a
love.
there was a movie.
Yeah, no, that's like the chicken soup for the soul or some shit, like one of
Right.
those kind of deals. Yeah,
Right. But Eat, Pray, Love was the Julia Roberts
yeah.
movie, and I think Italy was one of the main places that she went.
I don't know.
Yeah, so that's,
Never saw it.
yeah.
Never cared.
20-year-old girls eat, praying, and loving. I just wonder if they do it in that order. Ed has a babe on his channel, so I just now saw that you guys were live. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. He just saw that we were live. Now, I have to say, how long has Ron Helton been coming to this show on Monday nights?
Couple of weeks.
Couple. A
Couple.
couple.
Couple of months, maybe even.
He knows. He knows
He knows
where
when
the
we go
shit
live.
is happening on
That's
Monday
right.
nights. Because we're
He knows
shooting
where
it.
the badasses are.
We're shooting the shit
Right.
on Monday nights. So, while I understand, Ron, what you're saying about the babe, you knew we were here. You put
Yeah.
hoes before bros, bro. That's
That's
what
right.
happened.
Bro code, bro. Bro code.
Is that Greta Thunberg in his? Is that the emoji he put in D Live?
Oh, I don't know. Let me see. Probably. No, that is not.
Is that
It's not.
is that actually the girl that what's her name?
It's AOC.
Oh, is it? I can't see.
Yeah.
It's so small on my screen. It just
Yep.
looks like any generic brunette girl in a emoji in an emoji size image. Speaking of Greta, so is something really popping off about that promotional sticker? What was it? The company
Dude, I
that
have
did
no
that?
idea. I saw a headline about like, uh, what is it? I forget what the headline even said, but it's retarded. Who cares, dude? Whatever. I don't care.
Hey, you know what? She should probably take it as a compliment.
I suppose, although she is like 12 or 15, something like that. 15,
I thought she was
16, something like that.
16.
She might be 16. Whatever. She's too young to be, you know,
Nobody knows.
displayed like that, I suppose.
But it wasn't her. It was just the back of some chick's head with ponytails. The insinuation is the thing.
Right.
That's the beauty of it all. It's all about
Yeah.
put your spin on it. From the back, that's just any other brunette with ponytails. She could be 35 years old, and be from Bolivia. I mean, who knows, right? Everybody likes to ride a horse.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they say? Save the
Save
horse, ride the
save a
cowboy.
horse, ride a cowboy. Yeah.
Yeah, is that from
It's actually not a bad song.
your boot stomping days, John?
Yeah. You know, back in my day, I could cut a rug with the best of them. No, I really couldn't. I can't dance at all.
I can imagine that you would not be able to dance much at all. I can
No,
imagine that
not a
completely.
dancer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I won't embarrass myself by doing so either.
So, just curious. We know where Cameron is, so we know the answer to this question. Ron, I know you're out in the middle of the country. I won't out your state here live on the air, but have you guys had any cases of the corona with Lyme in your state? And not your typical Saturday night corona with Lyme. I'm talking about the trendy new corona thing. Um, anything at your work, John? Anything, since you guys are, deal with a lot of distribution and stuff? Anything about
No.
this? Nothing. They don't talk.
Nope.
Haven't said anything, huh?
Nothing. Nope.
Interesting.
No new policies or anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting. It's interesting to see. So the central. I don't think anybody has tested positive yet. Good. You didn't have to out. Okay, if you want to out yourself, fine. Out yourself, fine.
Yeah, I mean, we can do whatever he wants.
Now everybody's going to come to Central Oklahoma and hunt Ron Helton down.
I'm sure he's more than prepared for something like that. I have faith in him.
Well, I do know this. Just about wherever you're at in Oklahoma, you can. The ground is flat enough you can see for a mile in any
Shit.
a mile in any
Nephilim
direction.
Ninja's here. What's up, man?
Nephilim Ninja.
Steven's stream must have ended.
Right. That's always nice, right?
Yeah.
We know when everybody else's streams are ending because we start getting some people in ours. Maybe we need to start scheduling ourselves for 9:30, John. What if we did that? Live on
I
the
think
edge.
I think we could do that.
I think we could swing it,
I think we could do that. Yeah.
and then the only thing we have to worry about is like anybody crying. I gotta go. It's too late for me. I gotta go to bed. Okay, boomer.
Listen, you know what? I could have canceled tonight because I do have to be at work at 4:30 in the morning.
Whoa,
but I was
whoa,
like,
whoa, whoa!
no.
Define
Fuck that.
define
What?
the define the work you're going to be at
Oh yeah.
4:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be only there for like 15, 20 minutes, but I still have to get up and out of bed and disrupt my beauty sleep. I mean, look, this doesn't happen overnight. All right, this takes a lot of work and effort.
No,
Yeah, imagine if I didn't do that.
all that takes is falling down the ugly tree and bouncing off pretty much every branch. But
Yeah,
it's
and
really
imagine
all
if
it
I
takes.
didn't get my beauty sleep, how I would look. It'd be terrifying, Robert. Terrifying.
Oh,
All right?
I can see the terrifying. I can see it
Oh,
because
you
I don't
think
think you've
so?
been getting your beauty sleep.
Oh no, I have. That's the issue.
But anyway, yeah, you're going to have to wake up for an hour and then go back to bed and then have,
Yeah.
all the rest of the day to sleep as much as you want.
Well, no,
So,
because then I have to be in at 4 on Wednesdays, so I can't sleep too late because then I won't be able to go to sleep early tomorrow night. It's this whole thing, you know.
no one has schedules, don't blame me. I like
We
it.
have a schedule. What?
We used to have a schedule. People knew it.
Yeah.
People cared. Once upon a time, they cared. So you've got 4 Democratic candidates left at your disposal, John. Who do you pick?
Well,
Who's your
technically
go-to guy?
5 with Gabbard.
Well, yeah, I'm not counting her because she hasn't. to ask people, is Gabbard still in the race? They'll be like, I don't know. I don't think so. Haven't heard or seen anything from her. I mean,
Right.
I don't even catch articles about her. Every once in a great while, somebody will be like, remember Tulsi Gabbard? She's
Oh
still
yeah.
out there.
Yeah. No, I mean I think Bernie's gonna get a lot more support. I really do. I think Bernie's where it's at.
I'm afraid Biden's going to get it because he's younger than Sanders.
Well, everyone's
Oddly,
younger than even you're younger than Sanders. I
oddly
mean,
enough, odd to say, but you know, unless Warren whips out a big fucking game stick and just
no
really
way.
tears it up tomorrow. If she
No
doesn't
way.
tear it up tomorrow, Joe might get it simply because he's the younger candidate, and I don't know. Obama, he's riding that Obama coattail.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they're pushing Bloomberg. I think that's what we're going to see.
I don't know
Because
if
Biden is just a gaff machine, and Bloomberg did extremely well, at least in the debate that, like, not, was it the most recent debate or the debate before it?
he
That,
did better in his second debate than his first.
fair enough. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to start picking up a lot of steam.
Did you? How did he finish out of South Carolina? Because that's a big teller as far as how he did in South Carolina um, with that debate. Because I think at best he came in third, but I don't remember. I don't remember the standings when it was. I know that they gave it to Biden before any of the polls reported,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
was
I know.
interesting. Are you pulling that up, or do I need to pull it
I'll
up?
pull it up. God damn it! All right.
Just pull up results from South Carolina for a second and see who won, or I mean where Bloomberg came in. Um,
Really? Still not gonna. Okay, there we go. Um,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
do we trust CNN? All right.
They should all have the same standings. I mean, it's just
um,
it's after
yeah,
the fact.
Bloomberg's not even on here.
He didn't rank on
He's
the.
not even on it.
So wait,
He's not even on here. What the fuck?
did he not? Are you? Do you know what you're looking for?
Yes, I know what I'm looking for.
Are you sure? Because you
Yeah.
could be looking for all love in all the wrong places.
No, it has everyone except for Bloomberg. It
Really?
has even has Gabbard at 1.3%, Klobuchar at 3.1, Warren at 7.1, Buttigieg at 8.2, Steyer at 11.3, Sanders at 19.8, and Biden at 48.7.
Wait. So Steyer did come in third place in South Carolina, but still pulled out of the
Well,
race.
at 11%, yeah. So he did
Well,
extremely
you know,
poorly.
the irony is that he kind of expected he walked into South Carolina, thinking he was going to do third place or better.
Holy shit! Yeah, Bloomberg is not even on the Fox News one.
Was he not on the ballot in South Carolina?
I suppose not.
He had to have been.
Even Cory Booker's on here. John Delaney. Who
Is
the fuck is
Booker?
Deval Patrick? I don't know who he
Oh,
is, but
wait,
he's
wait.
on there.
You're getting a lot of right. They'll show you the write-ins too. They're showing you
What?
write-in
Oh,
votes.
write-ins. Yeah, I'm just saying. Well, he got less than 1%. Yeah, he got 273 votes. Deval Patrick.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, they don't even have uh Bloomberg on here.
that's weird. I don't know. I don't know why he wouldn't have, unless of course, yeah, he didn't make the ballot. But one would assume that he had time to get on the ballot, or he had every reason
You
to
would
be on
think
the ballot.
so.
I was trying to pull up some information myself, but
Oh, that's for the House. Um, Washington Post, perhaps? Oh, that's 2018. That's not even. Wait, what? Oh, okay, yeah, it's for the midterms. That's not what we're looking for. Google.
Jesus Christ, John.
No, no, I'm saying the third one that I picked. The other two were from the primaries
Oh, I got you.
from this year. Yeah,
That is
the
so
29.
interesting that there's nothing shown for Bloomberg.
Yeah, that's super weird.
Because I really, I really want to know how he did. I mean, did he carry enough vote to stay in the race, or has he just got so much money it doesn't matter
It
to him?
doesn't matter. Yeah,
He'll
he's just
keep
gonna
throwing
go.
it at. You know, I did like what he said in his first debate. He said he was a billionaire. He worked hard for all the money, and now he's just trying to give it all away. I'm like, you're not trying very hard,
Yeah, you're not giving
because
it
that it could
away.
be
You're spending it
so
to make
super
yourself
easy.
president.
Right? It's so super easy to give money away.
Yeah, tell you what, give it to me. I'll take it.
Right?
Hey, right
Right?
here, right here. I'll do it.
I think that giving
Like,
away
I'll
money
take all of
is
it, as much
right.
of it as you want. I'll take all of it. Like,
I don't understand these people when they like I'm trying to give away all this money. Dude, fucking go to the bank, make a cash withdrawal, walk outside and hold money up. Trust me. People will take that shit.
right. It's not like people are like, nah, nah, I don't want. It's like I just can't give it away.
I've
People
got
don't
all
want
this
it.
money. I can't even give it away.
Right.
Yes, you
Not
can, sir. Yes.
crazy, Mike.
Yes, you can, sir. You can give your money away. People will take it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so do be prepared. I may tap you tomorrow, just depending on how how the
Yeah.
day is progressing, just to talk about you know the results, as they start coming in. Maybe for a little bit tomorrow evening, we can look and see how everybody's, because I think it's
Yeah.
it's
Depending on the
14
time. Yeah.
states. It's 14 states, so this is the big decider. Um, Most of the momentum behind who's going to
Yep.
get the tap.
I can't wait for Hillary to win it. It's gonna be great.
She's going to be a little busy. I don't know. Have you
Why?
seen this? Because
What her lawsuit or whatever?
yeah, well, they're saying that she needs to. She's going to
She
have to
ain't
sit
gonna
down
do
at the table and
shit.
talk.
No, she's not. She's not going to be anywhere near a courthouse or court of any kind. It'll be fine.
Dude, they will get
She's
her
going to
in
sit in a
there,
surrogate.
even if they have to put her on suicide watch.
I think she's safe from suicide.
Technically, I think she's now always on suicide watch. They're trying to make sure she doesn't help somebody else commit suicide.
Watching her,
Right? The
yeah, have some
FBI's
other
got a
people.
tap on that.
Nephilim Ninja makes a good point. Better spent on this than anti-gun stuff. Absolutely true. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Exactly. It's better that he spend it right now
Then
so he
later,
can get
yeah.
into Washington and then fuck with our guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that the beauty of it all? I love hearing all the talk and smack they throw around, you know, and it's like, no, very little of that's going to happen when you get in the White House. I mean,
Yeah.
hell, on your first, all that shit you said you were going to do on your first day, guess what? You didn't make notes. You're probably going to forget half of the shit you said you were going to do on that first day. You're going to be
Yeah.
all, oh, I got to get ready for this, go to the inauguration, and then there's the party afterward. Yeah, didn't you have some work to do? Sit the fuck
Right.
down, throw that pen, some ink around. Come on, what's going on? Yeah, First
Yeah.
100 days matter. Day one of 100 days. Let's get it done, pal.
Swear, dude, politics is a TV show, man. It's
Yes, it
fucking
is.
ridiculous. All of it. Just every bit of it.
Because I'm
God
real.
damn it, Robert. Do we need politics, Robert? Do we need it? I don't think we do.
Um,
I don't know why. These people are
what would
pushing me
you
more and
replace it
more
with?
towards. I'm saying these people are pushing me more and more towards anarchy. Because fuck off, man. Jesus. This is just
Okay, so,
ridiculous.
but I have to say that anarchy is just going to be the same crazy shit, just closer to home. Like it's going to be right there around you, as opposed to all that same crazy shit. The anarchy that's going on in fucking Washington. 'Cause that's
Right, then
crazy
maybe I
shit.
can do something about
That's
it.
nothing but chaos up there. There's nothing but chaos going on up there. None of these fuckers have any idea what they're doing. I mean, it's
Yeah.
really, I mean, hell, this whole coronavirus thing is, most of that's just a hoax by the Democrats.
No, I think what people say or like the fears about it and stuff is
No,
a hoax.
no, I know
Not that the actual thing
that was
doesn't
what
exist.
Trump went on to explain after his
Yeah.
After he makes, little gaffes in his, you thought you didn't realize somebody was going to take what you said literally in this society, sir?
Not in my 2020.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, it's some crazy times. So who knows? Tomorrow, big day. So John, maybe John, what if we got together and had a little Super Tuesday watch party? That would be so cool.
It could be kind of cool.
We could get together and we could watch the madness.
Would have to
Uh,
be probably around 3 p.m. or so.
why so late?
Because I'm doing session 0 on my D&D group that I'm starting.
Session zero
So,
means nothing happens.
well, yeah, character creation and, you know, getting to know you
Oh,
and all that kind of shit.
that's the one you didn't invite me to.
I did invite you to
You
that.
did not?
I did. You ignored me.
When did you invite me to that?
About a week or so ago.
I know you put them. I thought you were talking about doing an in-house campaign for our game nights.
I was.
That's okay. Well, I was down for that. I'm down for anyone because everybody keeps fucking blowing D&D off anymore for stupid video games, and stupid
And
bow
archery.
and
Yeah.
archery, and I have more fun with my blow dart gun.
I mean, I can add you in if you really want to. It'll be fine.
You're damn
I can add
right
you
you
in.
could.
Yeah.
But then
It'll be a
I
group
would
of
have to do
6.
roll 20, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
What nights is it? It's going to be on Tuesday nights
Tuesdays at 1 p.m.
in the afternoon.
Yep. That's
Oh,
why I chose that time.
it's a gank. That is purely ganked up time, pal.
Well, yeah. I have Tuesdays off, so. But we can talk about this off the air, by the way.
I thought we're just shooting the shit, John. Any
We are.
shooting the shit is okay here. Hey, and just FYI, I think either tonight or maybe tomorrow I will be pulling the trigger on going ahead and getting my new computer in here.
Oh, yeah.
Something still older, but much faster and much stronger. I've actually found some decent stuff. Not that I can afford any of it. I can afford a little bit of it, but
Yeah.
I'll try and break my piggy bank open a little bit.
Yeah, Nephilim Ninja, we do play 5th edition.
Definitely fifth
Indeed.
edition. If it's not going to be 3.5, it's got to be fifth.
It's the only D&D edition I've played is 5th edition, but I've played other tabletop games
I'll
like
tell you,
World of Darkness and whatnot.
my favorite was advanced.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, way back in the day when I was like 14, 15 years old, when I started playing. Just the advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
Nice.
It was very advanced over the basic set. But yep, but went through the original basic module, the original one, the Isle of Dread. It's still a classic.
That's in the Yawning Portal, right? Tales from the Yawning Portal?
It might be. I
Pretty
don't
sure
know.
that's one of them.
That was the in the advanced Dungeons and Dragons box. Like they did it in a it had a when they first did the box set Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, um, that was one of the first module was that one. I think it was out in the basic set and then they did it again in the advanced. But yeah, the Isle of Dread.
See, I don't like the
Troglodytes.
modules as much. I like the homebrew. That's like pretty much all I've ever played.
Well, see, that was the thing about the modules is that most people just played the module as it was laid out. But, they were like, you have you have all the maps, you have all the layouts, you have a basic storyline premise. You can make all the adjustments you want. You can change this up. Any module
Yeah.
they make. I mean, when you're specifically like Ravenloft, okay, yeah, that was kind of specific to a D&D realm kind of thing. But outside, I mean, yeah, you have all the luxury to customize modules as you want.
Yeah, of
But very
course.
few people do it.
Yeah.
It's weird. But anyway, all right, John, let's get the hell out of here. And just let me
I
say thanks to all you folks for stopping by. Cameron, Ron Helton, Nephilim Ninja. Thank you guys for stopping in and
absolutely.
chitting the chat with us, John. Can these nice folks find us somewhere?
Yes, they can. I'm glad you asked. I thought you might never. Yes, on your way down to the description to find the links I'm about to mention. You can also hit that like button. And I know everyone here is subscribed, but maybe some people haven't who will watch it later. So make sure you do that. Uh, After you've done that, you can continue on to the description down there where you can find the link to our Twitter page, which is at the GenGapP. You can find the link to our Discord server. So if you're not on there, the hell is wrong with you? But you can remedy that by clicking the link, and then you can also see us on freedomscoop.com, where you can see us and J. Edgar and Stephen Ignoramus. I actually hear that the already conservative is going to join us as well there, so
Ooh, I
that's going to
like
be
that.
exciting.
I like that.
Yes, and Wyatt from Roundtable Decision has also joined us there. So we're getting a good little group together over there. So make sure you do that. And while you're over there, you can also buy our T-shirts and mugs and such. So we should do that as well. And you can also enter the code GenGap to get 15% off merchandise. So I think that's a pretty good deal.
Sweet.
Yep.
Helton is telling us to stop by Ed's chat. Still has his guest on. RC is live. We appreciate you
Yeah.
guys coming out. Thank you very much. We will get the hell out of here. Maybe we will stop by in on Ed's. Go throw some penis pictures in there or something.
Yes.
Um,
Penis emojis.
oh, I was just gonna throw my selfies.
I don't think that lets you. Don't think D Live lets you do that, and YouTube
Damn
certainly
that
won't.
D live.
Yeah,
Damn that D live.
YouTube certainly won't let you do that.
Those bastards. They can't appreciate a good
Yeah,
dick pic. Come on.
apparently not.
All right. Well, anyway, so we'll get the hell out of here. We will be back again on Friday at 8:30, just like normal, and then we'll be back
Yeah.
again also on Monday night, a week from now, for a regular Shooting the Shit episode, potentially at 9:30 p.m. Central, as opposed to our regular
You
9 o'clock
mean
start time.
Eastern? You got
Eastern
your own time
p.m.
zone
Central.
wrong.
Wow. Why did I say? Why would I? Oh, Ron Helton. I'm still thinking about his time zone for some odd fucking reason. I do not have a crush on Ron Helton. Just that. Oh, look, there's Ron looking out for me. I love it. I love it.
He cares.
We've
He cares.
already discussed on the show, sir, but thank you.
We did actually talk about that earlier.
All right, so we'll get the hell out of here. Thanks for stopping by, folks. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Make sure and do that on your way out. We will see you on Friday. Until then, don't die. Peace.
See you guys.